First and foremost, let's start off with everybody's burning question. Should you be wearing a human hair wig out in the summertime heat, or should you be wearing a synthetic wig out in the heat? Well, you might not have known this, but synthetic wigs are actually a lot lighter than human hair wigs. And so therefore, I always like to recommend synthetic wigs versus a human hair wig, because either way, whenever you wear something on your head, you're gonna feel a little warmer than if you wore nothing. It's like wearing a hat all day or a toque in the winter time. Like, it's going to feel hotter on your head. And depending on where you live in the world, like I live here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So in the summertime, it's like that dry heat. It is so sweltering hot, guys, that sometimes you can feel almost a little suffocated. But when you're a wig wearer, when you get to the point in your wig wearing journey where wearing wigs is all you do, like me, like I wear wigs every single day, guys. So it doesn't matter if it's rain or shine or the middle of burning hot summer, I'm gonna wear a wig, especially if I'm having friends or family over, especially if I'm going to an event, especially if I'm leaving my house for whatever reason. I want to be wearing my wigs because I want to have nice hair. My biggest tip, wear your synthetic wig in the summertime. It's gonna feel a heck of a lot lighter on your head. Not only that, but human hair wigs will react to the hot weather, whereas your synthetic wig will not. For example, your human hair wig, if it's a beautiful blonde, as soon as the sun touches that blonde, give it time, of course, like be outside in the sun for longer periods of time, but you're gonna notice if you've got like this whitish platinum, it's going to go more yellow, it's gonna go more brassy. You're gonna have to throw that purple shampoo on it again and again to sort of keep up with the color that you're after. Not only that, but if you're in like a humid summer climate, well, then your wig could get frizzy. The style throughout the day may like slowly come out. Whereas your synthetic wig, if you wash it, if it's humid weather, if it's dry weather, doesn't matter, sun or rain, your synthetic wig is gonna stay exactly the way it needs to stay. It's gonna remain just absolutely perfect. Which brings me into my next major point. You really wanna be considering cap constructions if you're thinking about the middle of summer, because if you were to go for a hand-tied cap, let's say, yeah, they're super luxurious, they're super comfortable, but they are gonna be a little hotter than a wefted, more basic cap. A wefted, more basic cap has wefts on the inside. And I have this wig here by Belle Tress just as an example. This wig has a lot of wefting at the back, and that is gonna allow a lot of air to pass through. I don't know if you can see this, but see how my hands can stick through these wefts? Well, that's where the air is gonna go. So when you're wearing this wig realistically should feel cooler on my head versus this cap, which is completely hand tied. There's no wefts whatsoever on this wig. But the thing is, let's say you're somebody who just loves hand-tied caps. That's the only thing you own, maybe, or maybe that's the only thing you'll buy. That's completely fine. What I would suggest in that case is try to opt for a shorter wig versus a long wig. A shorter wig is going to feel a little better on your head than a longer wig. Not only that, I don't know if you've experienced this, but with synthetic wigs, when you're out and about in the sun, if it's a heat-friendly synthetic wig, it's really going to be soaking up that sun. It's really going to like it, actually. I find that if I have like a tangled nape of the neck, but it's a heat-friendly synthetic wig, if I'm like outside and it's really hot, I can go and take like a fine-tooth comb and I can be in the heat and literally run that comb through, and it's like the sun bakes in the new smoother style. It like gets rid of the tangles just like that. It's almost like taking a straightener to your hair, except you don't have to. Just be out in the sun and you can like manipulate it to how you want your wig to be. But if it's just a regular synthetic wig, yeah, I mean, you can still wear it in the heat of the sun, but regular synthetics I find don't do as well in the heat of summer. I don't know what really the explanation for that is, other than I've tried it both ways and I just prefer the heat friendly in the summertime. When you wear longer wigs, because you're turning your head, and depending on the clothes you wear, like if you're wearing a full shirt versus a tank top, that wig is going to be rubbing up against the fabric of your clothes and creating a little bit of knotting, a little bit of matting, and you're going to feel that at the nape of your neck. In fact, when you run your fingers through, you're going to get kind of a little ugh. At least I do. I get a little ugh. I hate the feeling of matting, and you'll definitely get that on a longer synthetic, whereas you're not gonna get that on a shorter wig. This is a Spree by Ellen Villa, and it's a lot shorter. As you can see, it's like literally off my neck, it's off my back, it's off my shoulders. So whatever clothes I decide to wear in the summer, I can turn my hair. I can turn my head from left to right, and it's not gonna hit my clothes. It's not even gonna tangle against my shoulders. So that's what I really like about shorter wigs in the summer. Not only that, but it's not extra hair that's hanging on your back, right? Extra hair and more things touching you is going to be a little more uncomfortable. Something that I really like about this wig, Esprit, is that it's really, really light density. You want to opt for lighter density wigs in the summertime. Don't go for one that has just so much hair. You're feeling so overwhelmed when you wear it. You're feeling weighed down. Not only is it going to be heavier on your head, but it's gonna mat and tangle. You're gonna get sweaty. Like, it's summer, you're gonna sweat. Go for the lightest density you can fathom. Esprit is that for me, even though it's hand tied. Okay, so not wefts, we're not gonna get as much airflow going through here, but it's so light and short, guys, that I can get away with wearing this wig because it's just not gonna be irritating, and it's so light. So that's what I love about Esprit. I could very well wear this out in the heat of summer. In fact, I am right now and it's really hot out, but it's a longer synthetic. So when I wear this one, chances are I'm not gonna wanna wear it down like this because one, it's gonna get matted and tangled because look where it's touching. Every time I move my head, I can feel it at the back. It's kind of snagging on even my straps. And the longer I wear it for, the more I sweat, the more matting I'm gonna get behind here at the nape of my neck. And that's gonna become really frustrating. My day is gonna become really annoying. So what I like to do if I am gonna wear a longer wig is I like to have a clip and just clip it up and away off the nape of my neck, just like this, either in a bun or in a ponytail. And then I like to take out some face framing pieces so that I still have a feminine touch. Like, I usually like hair coming down beside my face anyways. I don't want it all pulled up and away, but this would be a really cute look just to wear in the summertime. In an ideal world, you would want a shorter wig with a basic wefted cap, and then you'd have air passing through. It would be short. You wouldn't have to worry about a thing because it would be all up and away off your neck. It'd be perfect, honestly. The other thing I wanted to point out, not many people talk about this, but blondes versus brunettes. I find that if I wear a blonde wig in the heat of the summer, the sun isn't soaked up as much, versus if I wear a darker wig, the sun really, really likes to heat me up. Darker wigs just take that sun's heat way more and traps it in the cap, I find. Do you guys ever notice that? Like, in the summer, I at least try to avoid wearing black because I just know if I wear black pants or a black shirt, I'm really gonna get hot and I'm really gonna be uncomfortable. It's kind of the same with wigs. Now, that's not to say, like, if you're a brunette wearer only, to switch to blondes because you're going to be way too hot. Don't worry too much about that, guys, but it is a tip. If you like to bounce back and forth between both and you know you're going to be going outside and having a really hot day by the pool, probably choose to wear your blonde versus wearing your brunette. Is just going to help you just a little bit more. If you're someone who really likes to wear wig caps underneath their wigs, some people like to wear it because they need that extra security. They need something holding in their own bio hair, making it flatter so that they can actually fit the wig over top, or they like to wear it because it'll create a lighter scalp-like appearance at the top of their head. If you can get away with it, guys, don't wear it. Pantyhose on your head, any type of extra fabric on your head is just gonna hold in that heat and it's gonna make you so hot. So I do recommend not using a wig cap if you can get away with it, and instead, if you're worried about your wig shifting on your head, wear a wig grip instead. Because yes, you're still adding another thing, but it's only going to be like this big at the front and it's not covering your whole head. And I do actually have a trick for you guys. If you're outside and you're really, really hot and you're wearing your wig and you need to keep your wig on, go and just run your wrists under cold water. I kid you not. This is what runners do. And this is like a really sure way, quick way of cooling down like so fast. Just run some cold water on your wrist and you will feel immediately better. And I get asked this a lot. Can you wear a summer's hat over top of your wig in the summertime? Yes, you can. But keep in mind, having a wig on top of your head will add a bit more bulk to your head. So you're likely going to need to size up in the hat that you buy. Your hats that fit your head without a wig is likely not going to fit over your head with your wig on your head. So size up your hat to account for the larger circumference. Also, because you don't want to be crushing the fibers underneath the hat, you really don't want to do that because you're going to come out of it just having a really flat hairpiece. And if you need an alternative, instead of wearing a wig in the summer, you can wear a headscarf. Headscarves are really popular. They come in some really beautiful colors too. I own one, but since we moved to Calgary, I'm not sure where it is and I haven't had to use it yet because I do prefer to wear my wigs. But you can definitely wear a headscarf and they're sold everywhere. You know, Amazon has them. Probably the easiest way to get it, ships to your door, but you can get them anywhere and hopefully they make you feel just as gorgeous as if you were wearing a wig or if you weren't wearing a wig. I have Instagram if you want to come hang out with me this summer. Hi, Goosh. You want to come say hi? Want to say hi to the people? You go come up. Oh, but you're such a big heavy boy. Can't do it. Everything I've talked about in this video, I will have some links for you down below in case that's helpful to you. Also, if you have any tips or tricks that you would like to share with everybody else, please leave them down in the comment section because this really does help others. I can't even tell you how many times people have written me directly to my email and said, you have such a great audience. They always say how much they love all of your comments and how these comments help them feel like they're part of a supportive community and how these comments give them really great ideas, whether I covered it, whether I didn't. If you have some really great tips or even experiences, like tell us some funny stories, guys. I need to hear some funny stories. Put them down below. I will be so eager to read them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful to you and I hope you guys go ahead and have an amazing summer, one that isn't too hot when you're wearing your wigs.